Choose a new challenger.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Nowhere to run.
Round one. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Gets a good read on their opponent. That should teach him you can't just throw out moves. We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Nice manejadore, getting those throws all pumped up. I can't keep track of these corner switches. Waltzes in there and sweeps them. What a finish. Great read on the life gauge there. Player 2 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Round 2. Fight.
Immediate jumping. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Brushes that off and keeps going. Goes with the safe stuff with that target. There's a change of sides. Both fighters planning something? Super art on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. What a reaction to go air to air. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Experiencing burnout. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Picks up the counter. This is going to be huge. Jump. Buffs up. Burnout dissipates. Hits him with a stopping block. Fights back with authority. Anti-air in the clutch. What's next? Just go for it. Oh my God, they just choked it up. Impact counter. Puts the fear of God in it. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us.
Round 1.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Hits with the overhead. Mano's metal level is still kind of low here. They're gonna need to find some chances to boost it. Plenty of time left. How's the match gonna play out? What are they thinking here? On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Did well to get the buff in here. Taking stock. Player 2 chases them down. Decides to meet them in the air. Player 1 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers could turn this around in their favor. Life lead opens up. Box him with a target combo. Opts for the throw to close it out. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Immediate jumping. They've both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Impact's a no-go. Uses the impact to shave off some of their drive gauge. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them. Hits them with a stopping block. Player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Player 2 needs to use... Ooh, what a smart throw. Gets a risky buff in. Jump, sets up with the jump in. Pumps the brakes on the impact. Life lead is there. Impact counter! Ooh, that was so sick. Player 2, yo! Critical art now? Knew the throw was coming. They gotta dig down deep. No way, that win wasn't luck. That was 100% planned. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks.
Final round. Fight.
Open with a jump. Nothing stops this train. Charges forward. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running over. Crowns them from above. Drive impact misses. Player 2 has the super gauge advantage. Ooh, the drive impact hits for a punish. Wow, sat it waiting for this opening. Punish counter sets the table. What now? Tries to act quickly, but whiffs the attack. Absolutely relentless. Amazing. And whip. They're wide open. Flatline zone. Player 2 gets the win in a convincing fashion. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Sets up with the jump in. Jumps up. Blocks the impact. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. Throws him down. Knockdown. Player 2 with the life lead. Can they exploit this advantage? Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Knockdown. This is a real back and forth match we're seeing. They definitely know what the other is capable of. We're close to the point where one mistake could end the round. Great work finding the opening. The jump in is denied. Takes a trip. Player 2 is maintaining the corner for KO. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Immediate jump in. Who's going to start things off? Coming through. Brushes that off and keeps going. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Oh, what's this? Digs in deep to get that drive in. Experiencing burnout. Both sides in burnout. They can't drive. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Jumps. Perfect execution with the anti-air. This is gonna hurt. Player knocked them out of the air. Closing, gotta do better than that. Player 1 can't use any drop impact. Squat. They're in range. We gonna see a jump in? A dash? Glides up. Smashes out the cage right there. Breaks through with the throw. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point.
Final round. Fight.
Loads up above. The overhead denied. Jumps in. Pumps the brakes on the impact. Brushes that off and keeps going. Both fighters burns out. Okay, here. Oh my God, they just choked it up. Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Throws them. How long can this offensive assault continue? Player 1 can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. They're recovered. The drive impact doesn't work. Nothing stops this train. Renversé hit. Sends them tumbling. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Jump! They're taking a step back to slow down the pace. Buffs while they're blinking. These fighters are swinging for control of the match. Who's gonna take it? Sticks out a kick. There's him with the renversé. Closes it out. Player 2 is a force to be reckoned with. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Hits them with a stop and block. The grab misses. There's a punish counter. This can lead to something very big if they can capitalize. That should teach him you can't just throw out moves. Mono relies on boosting that metal level up to secure better damage. They're gonna need to work in some grabs somewhere. The Fuha's stock to the brim. Look for them to turn up the heat now. Takes a trip. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Neither of them willing to back off here. Knockdown. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Throws them to negate the block. Life lead opens up. Gets them. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Opts to create space to start. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Player 2 did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? Hit them with a stopping bomb. Player 1 experiencing burnout. Player 1 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Both fighters have a full just goes for it at this range. Smart play with the throw. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Reads the jump in perfectly. Gets a risky buff in. They were waiting for it. Player 2 can't let this simmer. They gotta want to finish. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Decides to buff up while they can. Got their eye on the air. Solid anti-air will shut down the opponent's air game and make it much harder to jump in. We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Goes for the surprise rush in. The move whips, and they get nailed with a punish counter. That should teach him you can't just throw out moves. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Waltzes in there and sweeps them. That slight doubt is all it took. Player 2 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Rushing attack to start. That's a nice way to get brushes that off and keeps going. Were they baiting them into that? That's how you force your opponent to do what you want so you can get a punish. Oh, what's this? They cancel out each other's moves. Going in? Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. A quick breather. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Ooh, what's this? What's gonna happen? This is gonna be bad news. Opts for the critical art. This is going to hit for a critical art. You gotta imagine that this is not only gonna wreck their life bar, but also their nerves. Player 2 can't afford mistakes without that drive gauge. Strong critical. What's gonna happen? This is gonna kill, no doubt about it. You need guts to pull that off. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
A new challenger.
They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
Beginning operation.
Round 1. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Blocks the jump in. We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? The drive impact nets them a sweet punish counter. That should teach them you can't just throw out moves. The drive impact doesn't get them the punish counter, but it's still good. The drive impact whiffs. Are they ready to punish? You do not want to whiff an impact. They block the overhead, and the super armor does its job. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. Decides, oh! They can't squander this punish counter kick. Strings it all together. One chance in there. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight!
Goes for the jump in to start. Who's going to start things off? Player 2 kept their drive gauge topped off through that round and still took the win. Guess they didn't need it. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? I can't keep track of these corner switches. Avoids getting cornered. Super art on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. Both fighters planning something? Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. This is... Ooh! Tries to act quickly, but whiffs the attack. KO. That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Starts with a jump. Easily escapes. These two fighters are perfectly synced. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Solid combo. Great work finding the opening. Reads them. Does a good job of pushing back. Player 1 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the round if they can find openings to use KO. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight!
Who's going to start things off? The super arm digs in deep to get that drive in. Wrong Quan takes them off their feet. Dashes.
Too much for you.
Nice Manejadore. Getting those throws all pumped up. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Look to drop him there. Experiencing burnout. Good read with that throw escape. The throw missed. Player 2 is dominating this match. What's the next move? Looking for a chance. Draw critical. What's gonna happen? Yo, we're dealing with a real gambler here. Low on life and is still willing to risk it all in this critical art to deal the cash money damage they need. And they create an opportunity for themselves to seek drive KO. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Starts with a jump. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Utilizes an overdrive art there to tack on just a little more damage. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Takes the... Will this super art connect? They're barely hanging in there. Can they hold out any longer? Throws them. What's next? Knockdown. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Gets them. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight!
A brave forward jump there to start. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Goes with a super art. Uses the gauge for a super art. Going in, player 2 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Hit them with a stop and pop. Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. And they create an opportunity for themselves to stick and do some big damage. Oh, you try to kick left with my nose? That's right! Now my girl's got inside and gonna take you for a ride! Player 2 can't use all taking a step back to slow down the pace. This is a critical moment. They both decide to ease the tension. Meets them air to air. A daring impact to wrap up the round. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Dashes forward. Grabs them. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. Throws them. What's next? Player 2 chased down to the wire. Were they baiting them into that? Life lead opens up. All right, what's coming up next? They don't need to go for anything big. Even a light tap could win this round. They decide to hang back and rethink their game. The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big hit. Experiencing burnout. Ends the round with a sick combo. Amazing.
No problems.
Player 1 wins the first round and is now riding a huge wave of momentum.
Round 2. Fight.
Opts to create space to start. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Super on just hold your breath. They cancel out each other's move. They gotta make something happen to increase Mano's metal roll. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Big chance here to do some damage if they can keep the corner pressure up. Reverse edge cuts them down. They choose to spend the meter to up the damage by a bit. Smart play with the throw. Knockdown and max SA gauge. Burnout activates. Both sides getting ready. Takes in the throw. Player 1 took no time to finish that fight. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Nails the anti-air. There's a punish counter. This can lead to something very big if they can capitalize. Gets through the opening. Almost had it, but it gets blocked. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Stands firm and blocks the drive impact. All right, player 2 has the life lead. Can they exploit this advantage? Very nice anti-air there. They read their opponent like a book. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Well-timed corner switch. The throw misses. Cleans up the round, ending it with a powerful drive impact. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Opts to create space to start. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Digs in deep to get that drive in. Amazing concentration on display as they punish when their opponent's attack left them wide open. Cammy's speed on full display. It's the Delta Red Assault. Both fighters planning something? Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with a meter. Miraculous grab. Player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Both of our combatants are brushing that off and keeps going. Looking for a chance. Player 2 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? That's a counter. Right lead is there, but there's a burnout. Knockdown and we have super arts on deck. There's still a chance to turn. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Player 2. No! Stunned off the wall! What now? They gotta go! The drive impact doesn't work! What's next? This is a critical moment. Raw super art incoming. Player 2 closes it out! We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win?
Fight round. Fight.
decides not to rush him. Nothing stops this train. Uses the target combo as a filler. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Chases them into the corner and will now look to do some damage. Player 2 is working with a punish counter on the action. Put the exclamation next with the throw. Holy, trust that off. Player 2 can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. Both sides getting ready. A real test of nerves here. What's next? There's a burnout. Quick air to air. Even the slightest hit may end the round. It opens them right up. Player 2 made some smart moves there. Great game.
Comes a new challenger.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table. Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? An aggressive attack. No good up high. They gotta escape from the corner before the pressure builds up. Player 2 with the life lead. Can they exploit this advantage? Time to do some damage after that wall splat. There's a corner switch. Avoids getting cornered. The super armor does its job. Player 1 has used up all of their drive. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue to fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. They're stunned. All they need to do is get enough damage. They were not clear for takeoff. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Looks to drop him to earth. Are we going to see some fireworks here? The super punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. A drive impact. Good heads-up decision opting for the drive impact. Transverse. The hit throw connects. Knockdown and uses the target combo with a digs in deep to get that drive impact. Max SA gauges. Unbelievably in sync with a chance to score big here. The impact doesn't do anything. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Goes with the safe stuff with that target. Low heavy. Can they use their drive to escape the pumps the brakes on the impact? Good job escaping the experiencing burnout. Life lead is there, but knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Drink level 4 and now a full house to play with. The low. Player 2 needs to draw super hard in there. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that comeback. Cuts in with a driving. Oh! Beautiful setup with that attack. That should teach him you can't just throw out moves. Okay, takes them all the way to the corner. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. They need to hold out. Uses the drive rush here to steal their turn. Takes a trip. Timely side switch there, which will let him go on the attack. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Taking stock. Hits him with a stop and bop. They digs in deep to get that drive lead. Player 1 will have to fight back here. Wraps it up with a decisive combo. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Opts to create space to start. Brushes off the impact. Forcefully closes the gap. Brushes that off and keeps going. Low heavy hits. Mix up incoming. Super on deck for both fighters. Expect to see some fireworks. A quick breather. Jump. Doesn't miss a beat. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump into excellent block. Delivers the pain right to the doorstep. Oh my God, they just pumped it up. Both fighters. Yo, critical art now? Notice uses that wall pressure. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to get down to it, so let's start the match and see what these warriors are capable of.
Nowhere to run. Prepare.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Misfire with the drive impact. The impact gets blocked. Drive impact is blocked, but takes a bite out of the drive gauge to apply some pressure. Player 2 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. Plenty of life left in both fighters, but a big difference in drive. How can they use this to their advantage? Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. Taking stock. Player 2 creates a good corner up. They've been pushed into the wall and the stun's there. Player 1 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers could turn this a KO. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Immediate jump in. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Will that drive impact get punished? You do not want to whiff an impact. Player hits him with a stop and bop. Misses the grab. Hits up the counter. This is going to be huge. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Jump? Transverse. The hit throw connects. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Throw missed. Still scrapping for control of the space. Will this super art do anything? They gotta go. So, what's next? No lapse in judgment goes unpunished. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Medium kick hits. Go starts to pry them open. The jump in catches them. They got to escape from the corner before the pressure builds up. The drive impact nets them a sweet punish counter. That's how you capitalize on an opponent's mistake. Get the punish counter by waiting for the opponent to whiff an attack and then strike without hesitation. Throws them to negate the block. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Absorbs the attack and were they baiting them into that? Waltzes in there and sweeps them off their feet. Heading into the endgame now. It's getting tense. Next goes for the super art. Goes for the Sakai Fuazan! Vintage jury! They decide to take a breather to regroup. In there! Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Hits up the counter. This is going to be huge. Hits him with a stop and pop. Nice manejadores. Getting those throws all pumped up. Jump? Burnout activates. They can't squander this punish counter chance. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. You've got to be mindful of reaching jump-ins at this range. Big time whip! That's nothing but air! Player 1 is barely hanging in there. Wrecks them! Excellent block! Jump? Oh my god, they just choked it up! The drive impact doesn't work! They decide to take a breather to regroup. Player a super art? What were they thinking? Player dashes out the gate right there! Jury's going to a dark place! Tyson Dantai Raku!
Such a lovely face.
Player 2 can't use any drive boost. Gotta play it safe. They both decide to ease the tension and back off. Both fighters are hurting. What's gonna happen? What a finish! Player 2 is a force to be reckoned with. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Brady brushes that off and keeps going. Barely blocks the jump in. The grab misses. Jump in finds the mark. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Lots of aggression from both sides. Gets the jump in. Player 1 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers could turn this around in their favor. Adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Turns apart to unleash the storm. Sakai Suhasa! Alright, what's coming up next? Crownverse goes for the super art? That's not gonna hit. Player 2 can't use anymore. Gets the counter hit for the win. They're so good at whiff punishing. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Fight!
Big exchange mode. Decides to buff up while they can. Brushes that off and keeps going. Experiencing burnout. What'll happen here? Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Gets a risky block, charges forward. Smart play with the throw. Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. A quick breather. Oh, the throw connects. This is gonna be bad news. Life leading. No! Critical art now? Breaks through with the throw. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks.
Final round. Fight!
Opens with a jump, pumps the brakes on the impact. Charges forward. Meets them air to air. Good judgment there. Both players look for something to work with, but neither are getting. Gotta do better than that. Uses the impact to shave off some of their driveways. Grounds them from above. Picks up the counter. Absolutely relentless. Play walls flat into the guard break. Okay, here. Oh my god, they just pumped it up. Strong pull up. How did they read that throw? Taking chunks out of each other here. Player 1 needs to use their drive move to have any chance of a comeback. This is gonna kill, no doubt about it. I've seen a lot of fights in my day, but nothing even comes close to this one. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Charges forward. Going on the offensive? Player 2 chases them down. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Clear that neither of them wants to be in the corner. Does not want to get stuck in the corner.
Too much for you?
That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Waltzes in there and sweeps her. What a finish. Great read on the life gauge there. Player 2 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Fight!
Decides to create some distance to start. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Brushes off the impact. Forcefully closes the gap. Misses the grab. So delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Hits them with a stopping block. Player 1 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here.
Too much for you?
Max SA gauges. Unbelievably in sync with a chance to score big here. Knockdown and still scrapping for control of the space. Can they get the stun? This is a huge... It's too much! Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Ready? Then show me. You call, I am.
Round 1. Fight!
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Checks with a projectile. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Player 1 chases them down. The move whiffs, and they get nailed with a punish counter. Can't tech the throw? Takes a trip. What a clutch side pitch there. Now they need to KO. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight!
Goes for the jump in to start. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? From up above, you can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. So, what's next? Drive gauge management here is going to be vital. Both fighters will have to decide whether they want to go with an all-out offense powered by their drive or play it safe and conservative. There's the bar on a Kikosho. Both fighters planning something? Breaks the block with a throw. Going in? This is a turning point. They gotta turn it around. Were they baiting them into that? Opt for the critical art. Bushin Mega Star Kaiser. Hit. Now the Bushin Ryu roll. Look at the damage. The drive gauge is definitely the round. That was the highest if I've ever seen one. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win?
Final round. Fight!
Shuriken bomb! Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Knockdown! Here comes the mix-up. The drive impact doesn't work. Uses the impact to shave off some of their drive gauge. Player 1 drive impact misses. They're taking a step back to slow down the pace. Player 2 can't use drive anymore. Tries to make something happen with an overdrive arc. So, what's next? Set the Shuriken bomb to panic them. Doing some quick planning? Fireball into the corner. They're trying to force the opponent into making a mistake. Good distance for a shot. Nothing stops this train. Throws him. Oh, here we go. Drops him hard. Player one, knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Wow, sat and waited for this opening. There's a drive impact. A jump. This may turn into a big chance. Who will set the bait at this range? The low. And whip. They're wide open. Punish counter on reaction. Hikacho getting the top off the tank and scores the win. I've seen a lot of fights in my day, but nothing even comes close to this one. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. Jumps in, hits him with a stop and bop. Reaches out with the lightning kicks. Ooh, will they hit, whip, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. They don't score the punish counter, but still get a nice hit in. Player two chases them down. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Player two has not been shy about using their drive gauge. A depleted drive gauge will really limit their options here. Smart meter management is one of the keys to winning, so they'll have to keep tabs on that if they want to win this match. Time's the only thing moving here. Life lead opens up. KO! Player one on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round two. Fight.
Opts to create space to start. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Hits them with a vagabond edge. Both fighters are looking. Hits them with a stop and bop. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Forcefully closes the gap. Projectile to try and change the situation. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Holds out with the block. Vagabond and sends them flying. Wade brushes that off and keeps going. Peppers them with the lightning kicks. Experiencing burnout. Player two will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Player one is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Going in? Player one needs to use the front of the corner here. How will they utilize this? Got him up against the wall and the stun is there. Connects with the throw. Ooh, there's a solid anti-air. Going in. Hits the drive. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. They got to dig down deep. Excellent block. Will this super art do anything? What were they thinking? They both decide to eat it. What a finish! Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this one.
Final round. Fight.
Who will come out on top in this? The low block! Blocks the impact. Brushes that off and keeps going. Both fighters look to set. Crowns them from above. Drops them hard. Connects with the throw. Player one with the rhythm, owning that. Ooh, what a smart throw. Arc step. Great job in escaping that corner pressure and moving back to pump the brakes on the impact. Ooh, you holy! Nothing stops this train. Only 50% life left. What are they gonna do? Nice fireball. Use their shot. Hit that with confidence. Both sides throws them. With super arts into play, it's really anything goes at this point. Player two can't let this simmer. Draw super art incoming. Arc step. Ooh, taking them for a ride. Only a little bit of drive and life left. Looking for a hole. Will they gamble something here on a drive move? Answers with a fireball. The bookend is over. Player two has got to be doing good getting the win for that run back. Shuriken bomb! We're just getting started here. Who'll take control? Who'll gain control of the match in the early going? Backs them into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Both sides have full drive and plenty of health. Let's see how things open up. Will they use their drive to break through or to turn up the heat? The super armor does its job. Knockdown. Holds out with the block. Player 1 is maintaining the corner position. KO! Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Opts to create space to start. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Sees it coming and blocks it out. You can block impacts, but you're gonna lose some drive gauge when you do. Brushes off the impact. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Knockdown. Hits them with a stop and block. Oh, says no to the impact. Excellent block to shut out the impact. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Burnout activates. Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. They're going for the super art. Comes crashing down on them with some Bushin beats. Both fighters planning something? Both fighters are trying not to get trapped. Digs in deep to get that drive in. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Drive gauge gap here. Jumps in. Connects with the throw. Brushes that off and keeps going. Prepares the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. A real test of nerves here. Low heavy. Who's done it? Will this super art do anything? Flatline zone. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Was well in range to score the throw. Lots of aggression from both sides. Almost had it, but it gets blocked. You can block impacts, but you're gonna lose some drive gauge when you do. Was looking for that jump attack. Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. Opts for the air-to-air encounter. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. Life lead opens up. They've been pushed into the wall and the stun's there. All right, takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Player 1 can't use any more drive without burning out. KO! Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Immediate jump in. Are we going to see some fireworks here? Misses the drive impact. 3-volt ices him. Player 1 managed their drive gauge well to create lots of opportunities for themselves. Let's see if they can maintain this rhythm. Grabs them with the embrace. A quick breather. Throwing some shade. This is a turning point. They gotta turn it around. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Player 2 is experiencing burnout. Perfect KO. They were in full control there. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this one. It knocked them out of the air. Hits them with a stop and pop. Reaches out with a lightning kick. Fires off the turnover. And it is on. Perfect. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Lightning kicks. Burns out. There's a burnout. Taps him on the toe. Turning it right up with a super. Uh-oh. This could really tip the scales. Are we gonna see a comeback here? This is so tense. Doesn't touch the throw. Player two.
Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight?
On the scene.
Round one. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen?
Here.
The move whiffs and they get nailed with a punishment. Gets through the opening. Player one has the life advantage. The corner makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup? Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. The jump in is denied. Both fighters are trying to decide their next move. From up above. Knockdown. Player one can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take those counters with the Mijin. Nice reach. In there. Player two picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Tries to catch him out with the arch step. Revolt hits with the overhead. Super clutch corner sweep. Steals back a chance. Jump. Picks up the counter. This is going to be huge. What'll happen here? Hits him with a stop and pop. Super hearts on deck for both fighters. How they approach pounding them with the Lavshuka. Can they stand the heat? The super doesn't hit. KO. Player two brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Nervous?
Here comes a new challenger.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table. Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Goes for the throw. Almost had it, but it gets blocked. Blocks the impact, but they're still pushed back. Jump in, finds the mark. Player two is just about out of drive after that. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. A KO. Player two on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round two. Fight.
Whiffs the throw. Decides to meet them in the air. Hits them with a stop and pop. Holds out with the block. Things are slow. Charges forward. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. hits back with the drive impact on the recovery. This punish counter presents a huge chance. Player 2, burnout activates. Player 2 in dire stress, going on the offensive? This may be it. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Player 1 has the chance to... Knew the throw is coming! Oh my god, they just choked it up! Anti-air in the clutch! You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this one. KO! Player 2 took no time to finish that fight.